Welcome viewers, or welcome back to anyone that's subscribed. The long-awaited video. I've done this one a few times, no, twice. The first time it started raining, so I stopped the walk around, and then the next time I recorded the whole thing, so I'm gonna have to say exactly how I said everything before, I think. But it was like a tornado outside. I listened back to it and you couldn't even hear what I was saying. There was just that much wind. So maybe, I don't know, come down and go like this. Something like that might be like a thumbnail. Or maybe from the side. Something like that. That'll be a thumbnail. New truck, the walk around. Everyone's been asking. Kenworth T909. We're just going to start from the back because it'll probably be easier just to walk around. But yeah, so don't mind the mess. Obviously we're in dirt and dust and gravel and all that at the moment, so it's not perfectly clean, but yeah, I'll be able to clean it again. Starting at the back, we got an ice pack behind there, so that's like just a bunk air cooler. For anyone that doesn't know what an ice pack is, we got the little chrome surround there just to hide it a bit. I can't show you one without one, but without it you can just see a little, it's like almost like a little lawnmower type engine there. Kenworth mud flaps, nothing special there, but you don't want to have just plain mud flaps on a new truck. We got a full deck plate there, just enclose all that. First thing around, we got the chrome hub caps there, or hub centers. We've gone with some custom guards, so instead of having brackets on the top holding this, we've gone with underbelly brackets, so you can't see anything holding that up. Again, nothing super duper custom, but it's just gives it that nice little touch. And even when they put it on, they've put on these little chrome little nut covers. I don't know, it just gives it that nice little sort of extra sort of pizzazz. Again, another chrome catwalk there, pogo stick, so all your shit isn't dragging all over the deck, which the other truck didn't have. That's just a nice little touch. Set of scales. So these scales here will tell me how much weight's over these set of axles. You should have the truck running, but you look at it and say, oh well, there's right about 16.5 tonne. 16.5 tonne there. And then we've got a same set over the rear. Again, you should have the truck running and make sure that you're fully built up with your air. But what have you got? 20 tonne there. So yeah, you know how much weight you can carry. Doesn't look heavy what I'm carting. It's only this high, but there's a lot of weight in it. The fuel tanks. We've gone complete custom with these fuel tanks. This here is an AdBlue tank. So that's your fuel additive. Typically with the AdBlue, it's only a small tank. I don't know if, okay, so here's just someone else's truck. See this little AdBlue? It's tiny compared to the fuel tank. It's a tiny little tank, but you don't have one on the other side. So because you don't have one on the other side, this is a Mercedes or a Volvo, whatever fucking piece of shit it is. That's all their bloody exhausts and running shit down there. So again, that fuel tank is different to that fuel tank. Boss doesn't like it. He said, let's keep them all fucking uniform. Let's make it all look the same. So they are slightly different. 350 litres, 300 litres, 300 litres. But to look at it, instead of having a little, so usually it'll be sometimes a tank like this, and then a little tank, and that'll be big, or there'll be a little tank here, that'll be big. You got 3 different size tanks. He said, no, let's just fucking do it. We'll get 3 tanks, all look the same. They're all got chrome wrap on it. So you can see here the line around the caps there, they've got a wrap on it to the edge, and just there, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but they're wrapped, so they're a lot easier to keep clean. You don't need to keep polishing them. You just need to clean the wrap itself. Nice little touch to it. So custom steps obviously to go with the tanks. They had to, you know, prefab these steps to suit. Nice little running boards on top instead of the circle hole cutouts. So the only issue I've found with them so far is I don't wear boots inside the truck. They go inside here, just in when I bought these boots, I kept the box, ripped the lid off, and I chucked them in there. So I chucked them in there, just chuck some thongs on, or slides, just to get inside the truck, and then when I'm in there, they just go behind the seat. I just drive in just socks. But these boots, you know, when you're out here playing around in, well, it's not muddy today because it's not raining, but when you're playing around in mud, dust, dirt, I don't want all that through the truck. So they stay inside the fucking toolbox there. Anyway, yeah, a few just lights down the bottom. We didn't go crazy. We don't want it looking like a fucking, you know, Christmas tree. But we wanted it lit up at night time, so a few lights down there. Chrome step. So this one is just empty. Some people put all their oils and coolants and all that sort of stuff in there. I haven't bothered with it. This one's just empty. The other side is your battery box. Open it up. That's where all your batteries are. But again, it's not super clean, but you can see, you know, it's almost like a mirror, and it's fucking filthy at the moment. Grip tape on top so you don't fall off. Unless, like me the other day, I posted a video on TikTok, went to step out, missed the step, straight down the side, and yeah, I've got a bit of a scab on my shin at the moment. Again, not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but scrape my skin off on the fucking step there. Everyone's favourite thing, maybe not everyone's favourite, but the stacks. We've just, I think they might be 8-inch. Don't quote me on that. Hopefully the glare's not too bad. But just straight stacks. We haven't gone with a cutoff. We haven't gone with the ball haulers where they hang outwards. I was having a chat with the other day with one of my mates, and he's like, oh yeah, we've got them on our truck. And I was like, yeah, you don't need them. And he's like, oh no, well, you know, we like to call ourselves ball haulers. And I said, you know why they have them angled outwards? He's like, oh, you know, it's just, you know, because, you know, they like to look like a... I said, no. I said, they call them bull hauler fucking exhaust stacks. Now, again, don't quote me on this, I could be wrong. A lot of the times, if they're pointing outwards, it's because they cart livestock. So you've got your trailers back there, you know, 2-3 decks high, the exhaust facing outwards, so that all the fumes when you drive along don't go straight back, they're shot out. Tell me I'm wrong. We've got them cut off. We've got them cut off short. So they're just 4 meters high. One of the doors I go into regularly is 4.1 meters. So we wanted to be able to clear under that. I've gone in before, measured it. It's 4.2. So we probably could have almost gone 4.2, but that would have given us like that much room. Now, you know, we should sail under any low branches, any doors. There's never going to be a drama. They still look good, you know. Having a little bit extra height would have, you know, maybe made it look a little bit meaner, but it's not as if you can't already see the stacks from here. All right, we'll keep walking around. Mirrors, they're just standard sort of mirrors. A few extra lights on it though. We got a few lights up there. Breathers, they're a standard thing. A lot of people will just have the tops knocked off and just have the breather, so it's like a little grill on the side. You can go in there. Boss likes these ones. I like them too, but they are an absolute fucking menace to clean. One of the hardest things to clean on the whole truck. Not only that, it makes the windscreen awkward to clean because you can't clean it from your step. You need to clean it from the ground, and you can't clean it from the ground because I'm on my feet at the moment. I've got my hand almost like straight up. I can't even reach the top of the bonnet. So, yeah, you need a big broom and all that. Drop visor, covered in bugs at the moment, courtesy of the Hume Highway. What else have we got? We've got super singles on the front. So they're the super wide tyres. Again, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but they're wider than a standard tyre. Give you a lot more foot pad on the ground, so it takes a lot more sort of the padding of the driving, and apparently you can put more weight on, but you can only weigh out, you know, so much, you know, while you're driving anyway. So you just, steer tyres don't really change. I don't top these tanks up. I need to go with the back ones. So all your fuel weight should be back that way, not this way. All right, what else have we got? Oh, the windscreen. It's a one-piece windscreen. There's apparently, I didn't even know, but yeah, apparently you've got the two options where you have the split windscreen down the middle, and obviously you'll just have one wiper for either side. I'll probably prefer this one. He said not a lot of people have the single-piece windscreen. I don't know if the split windscreen's probably cheaper because they're smaller and they're not curved. They're just pop-in windows. My little mate up there, my little guardian angel, if you will. Swanee boy, we are swanning around. Someone said that. Sorry, I've forgotten your name off the top of my head right at this moment. I had a little chat with you first off on the radio, I'd say a couple of weeks back. It was probably a few months ago, before I was even in this truck. We had a little chat on the radio. You got me up. I can't remember. Drop down one or go up a channel, whatever it was. We had a little fucking chat, 10 minutes on the radio. It was good chatting with you. Then he messaged me. I think she messaged me, and it's a husband wife maybe, or I don't know. It's a pair of people anyway. Good chatting with yous. I'm always up for a chat. Don't always have the time, so if I don't reply straight away, you know, I'm not ignoring you, but swanning around. Courtesy of you guys. That's what you said, so we'll keep it up with that. The chrome headlight surrounds. This here. On the old 659 I was driving, we didn't have these. Obviously, it's a different hood on the 659, slightly different sort of setup. But we really realised without these how much damage got done. This bit of fiberglass on the bonnet here is the first part of the truck, which isn't chromed or whatever, that commonly gets hit by stones. The amount of stone chips and paint dents and all that would be underneath here if this wasn't on here is high. It does a lot of damage. So not only does it look good, it's functional, it's got a purpose. These things here are just an add-on as a I don't know what they call them, sleepy eyes or whatever. The headlight covers or surrounds, that's just purely a cosmetic thing. They don't do anything. This does. Same as this, just a little under grille cover. So here you've got where your bonnet hinges from. So here you've got a few like little rubber stoppers. If you look, you know, I don't know if you can see in through here, but there's a few hoses that come down out of your radiator core and all that. They come down, so they go down here, go down there. This is annoying, but it's a fucking sensor. But without that, you can just see everything behind there because it needs to be somewhat open so that the bonnet can tilt. That was a late add-on. The boss went and saw the truck before we picked it up, and he said, "Oh, I don't like that." And they said, "Oh, there is a chrome cover you can get to go over that." And he said, "Put it on." Big Texas drop bar. I don't know the size of that. 1.5 foot. I like it. We didn't want to get a Bullbar. We didn't want to, you know, this is like just how long the truck is. We didn't want to, you know, technically we didn't want to go any longer. You go with a Bullbar and it's going to be probably out here. That would have been close to putting us over length. You put a Bullbar in front. I mean, it's already going to be iffy whether we can tow doubles with this as it is, because we're probably going to be way too long. But yeah, just a front bar, a few lights down the bottom. Another little thing I like just is how the number plate, custom number plate, but just how the number plate is set back into the Bullbar with this little fucking chrome surround. Got a little Kenworth emblem in there. Just a little touch that I really seem to like. We do have a swing plate down there. Got a little swing plate. So that's just a standard thing, but which we've added on. It's lined up with the little mud flaps down there. Chrome as well. Dirty at the moment, but what it is, it's just on some hinges. Makes it look like the bar's just a little bit bigger from far back. So it makes it almost look like it's still coming down. But you find any roadkill come along the road, any speed humps, any shit like that, that could just swing straight up. So your stuff doesn't get damaged, but it still looks good there. Oh, one other thing I forgot to show. I'll show you this side, because that side, I don't know, it's sort of getting a bit glary. You can see how far the sun's already come down. We started up and it was like at the bottom of the stacks there. Now it's down to the steps. We've got the Kenworth emblem sort of like stamped onto these uprights. I don't know if you can see it, but it's on there. What else we got? Obviously, yeah, just center hub covers there. I like these little wheel nut covers. They're pretty fancy. Everything along this side, like I said, that's your battery box. Your batteries are under there. You don't need to see that. I'll show you anyway. Look, for anyone that's not involved in the trucks, so there's your batteries. Just a neat little hideaway. They're all tucked up in there, and people might find it interesting. Obviously just a standard mud flap with, they're just stiff mud flaps there. I like that. Short of, actually one other thing that they did do is just here behind your main mud flap, they've got this checker plate, just so that anything hard coming back doesn't actually hit your wheels. I mean, they're not super low. You don't want them too low, because then they will flap underneath your wheels. But just another little thing that they've done on this side. So we've got the set of scales over there. We've got an auto greaser. This is, I believe, just time gated. When you've got the truck running, maybe even when the truck's not running, but it's still got power turned onto it. This will just temporarily, like maybe once every 3-4 hours, whatever it's set to. I don't know what it is set to, but it'll just go, and out of all these lines, it'll just go to every grease, well, everyone it's hooked up to at least anyway. So your steering and all that, it'll just auto grease everything. Still you need to check everything, but it's something else that you sort of don't need to worry about. That's pretty much the truck. And I'll show you the inside of the truck. We'll skip to that. It'll be about 1 second. But it looks like someone's here now anyway, so we'll hopefully get unloaded soon. Here we go, we've got the inside. obviously this is yeah, just a driver's seat. We got the sheepskin covers. They call it a, oh, I can't even think of what it's called now. I don't know, some sort of recliner chair. So you got your armrests on both sides, which is, I said I wanted them. Standard layout of a sort of dash. So yeah, got a touch screen for your stereo and all that. Two ways. So they're both up here. Passenger seat got a sheepskin cover on it too, and get a bit of light going on here. So you got, oh, there's very low light, but yeah, you got a cupboard here, another cupboard up here, just got a bit of food in there, a little storage shelf up top. It's got a thing of water down there, got a bag down there. That's all my dirty clothes from the week, so I'll take that out and take that home. Bed. Mrs. bought these for me for Christmas, a doona cover. I hadn't put it on the old truck because I was hanging out for this one. Doona cover and the pillowcase. The towel. I just hang it up off. There's two little hooks up there. So yeah, I just hang it up there so it airs out and doesn't go you know, smelly inside the shower bag. Another little cubby hole. It's got a sandwich maker in there. Microwave. This one doesn't have the same issue I had last time, where it's like an induction plate thing in there. There's no plate that spins around. I don't know if anyone remembers from, God, this is going back a few years now. I used to say every fucking time, make sure I put that plate in there, because that little thing that spins around on it, it'd slide off, and every time I went around a corner, I'd hear it go doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. It's just a bit of random things I've got here. Fridge, the most important thing, you need a fridge. So it's a little stand-up, like a mini bar fridge type thing. Little tiny freezer in there. So that's about it really. Oh, it's got this here. So this is for your ice pack. It's all just automatic, touch screen. I don't know if you can hear it running or not in the background, but you got one fan up here. I'll turn it on. So one fan here, one fan over here, and then there's one just down here underneath the bed as well. So that's your ice pack, which I showed at the start, which is underneath at the back. So it should turn off. No, there we go. Turning off. Okay, we don't need an emergency stop, it's just going to stop. So your inverter, that's to turn this on. So I've got my two power switches if you need to plug anything in. You got an extra cigarette lighters and all that, but that's for your microwave. I don't know if there's a little, oh yeah, there is a little light in there. But yeah, so your microwave is actually hardwired in. You just need to turn that and it turns it on. Then to make sure all the power's turned off, you just hit this button again. Pretty fancy, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with just the old school fucking everything with switches. That's one thing I did want. I said when we were talking about either this or a 220. 220's got a full digital dash, and I was like, I like all my gauges. I like to look at things, and you know, at the moment at least, it's easy to keep it clean because it's there's not a lot of dust and all that around at the moment. This the dash mat It's starting to annoy me. The bloke said, give it a week or two. When the sun starts hitting it, they do sort of self-form to the thing. There is, I'm not sure again how much light you're going to see. That there, they're all little self-adhesive bloody Velcro things. So you can go and stick them along your dashboard, and then this will stick down to it. But I was kind of hoping this big hump bit would self-form down. Otherwise I'll have to yeah, get some of them little Velcro-y bits and stick it down. But like you look at this here, you push it down and it just sort of pushes the hump next to it. So you'll be chasing it the whole way. I was kind of hoping it would just sort of mold down a bit. Same over here where it's just flicked up a little bit. It just needs to sort of stay down. But no, I mean, if that's the worst that I've got to say is you know, the little bit of carpet on the dash is just annoying me, then better turn these lights off. But yeah, that's the living quarters. And yeah. Oh, here's one thing I wanted to say. First of all, anyone that's still watching, thank you very much. Tell me what you think of the truck. However, I forgot to mention name. The name of the truck. I cart a lot of steel. Or pretty much all I cart is steel. Got a load of steel on at the moment. Got the front all tarped up. And the back didn't require tarping, because this is all just classed as black bar, so it's already, I haven't put any finishing on it. It's already rusted. But all I cart is metal, steel. Talked with the boss, and I suggested two names. First name was Shipping Steel. I don't know whether it was a Barnsey or a Cold Chisel song, but I said either that or Heavy Metal, and straight away he's like, yep, it's Heavy Metal. That's the name of the truck. I might get a thumbnail from over this side. It might be better if I can get a bit of sun in behind it. Maybe there, that might be the thumbnail right there. Pull back a bit. Down. I don't know. I think we might be right here. So let me know what you think of the name Heavy Metal. I think that's what we're just going to run with anyway. We're not getting any sign writing. I'm just going to be a no-name up, which I'm happy with. I'm happy with being a no-name running down the highway. Don't need the bloody company phone numbers and all that on the side of the truck. So yeah, let me know what you think of the truck. Hopefully you like it as much as I do. If not, then it doesn't matter, because you ain't driving it. You just got to watch the videos. And or if you've got any other name suggestions. So that's a word of the week. Let me know if you like the name Heavy Metal, or if you can come up with something else, something better, something different. Let me know. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully next time you see this, it's clean. And stay safe. Bye now.